Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're going to completely revolutionize a part of your life that usually causes a ton of stress. Yep, we're talking about studying. Look, think about how professional chefs operate for a second. They don't just walk into a kitchen and start frantically cooking every single dish completely from scratch the second an order comes in. No way. They meal prep, they chop, they organize, they automate all the tedious parts of the process so that when it's actually time to cook, it's totally seamless, it's efficient. And today, we are going to apply that exact same methodology to your education. I'm going to reveal the ultimate 5-step AI recipe to reclaim your time, lower your stress, and basically treat your study sessions like the ultimate high-efficiency meal prep.
So I want you to really let this sink in. What if studying for 3 hours could genuinely feel like 30 minutes? We are aggressively targeting your most precious, non-renewable resource today, and that is your time. If you're sitting at a desk for 3 hours, just staring blankly at a highlighter, feeling your whole weekend slip away, you're doing it the hard way. And it literally doesn't have to be like that anymore.
Because right now, smart students are using AI tools to take notes faster, summarize chapters instantly, solve complex problems, and just study so much smarter. And you know what the crazy part is? Most people still don't even know these tools exist. If studying is like preparing a massive feast, some students are out there using high-end AI kitchen gadgets, food processors, automated blenders, digital timers, while everyone else is literally sitting in the dark trying to mash potatoes with a wooden spoon. If you aren't using these tools, you are for sure being left behind.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our master recipe and ingredient list for today. 1. The study time paradox. 2. Chopping down heavy text. 3. Your 24/7 personal tutor. 4. Building better digital flashcards. 5. The 5-step student workflow. And 6. The ultimate AI study rule.
All right, part 1, the study time paradox. Were we claiming your wasted hours? Let's be brutally honest here. Traditional studying is essentially like walking into a kitchen with a completely empty pantry and being told to bake a wedding cake. It's just a broken system. You've got endless long notes, overwhelming amounts of information, boring textbooks, and honestly, sheer exhaustion. It's like slow roasting a really tough cut of meat over a tiny, inefficient fire. It takes forever, and you are just so tired by the time it's finally done. But AI-assisted studying, it's the exact opposite. You get short notes, you get instantly simplified topics, and you actually feel energized because you're making such rapid progress. By making this switch, the sheer volume of time you save is mind-blowing. You get straight to the core concepts at lightning speed.
Moving right along to part 2, chopping down heavy text. This is the ultimate food processor for your reading.
So, one of the absolute biggest time wasters in the entire academic world is reading huge, dense paragraphs. Honestly, trying to digest a 20-page academic chapter in one sitting is like trying to swallow a raw onion whole. It's painful, it makes you cry, and it's terribly inefficient. So here's the new paradigm we need to adopt. Treat your textbook like a raw ingredient and let AI be your food processor. Tools like ChatGPT are basically the ultimate kitchen appliances for your brain. They instantly simplify difficult topics, create short notes, and take those massive, daunting chapters and just chop them up into easy, bite-sized summaries. You simply don't have to process the raw ingredients manually anymore. In fact, here is an exact recipe you can use today. Just use this prompt. Summarize this chapter in simple bullet points for exam preparation. When you use this, instead of painfully reading 20 pages and losing 2 hours of your life, you get all the critical information in seconds. You feed the raw text into the AI, and boom, out comes a beautifully chopped, perfectly portioned summary that's ready to consume. It vastly, vastly speeds up your prep time. Part 3, your 24/7 personal tutor. We are adjusting the flavor for deep understanding.
Now, sometimes the problem isn't just about memorizing a chopped-up summary, right? It's about true comprehension. You actually need to understand how all the ingredients work together. And this is where AI becomes incredibly powerful. You can literally ask AI to explain topics to you just like a master baker breaking down a step-by-step recipe. Using a prompt like, explain photosynthesis like I'm 15 years old, is absolutely the perfect way to get difficult, dense concepts explained in plain, everyday language. And the best part? If you still kind of don't get it, you can just ask follow-up questions instantly. There's no waiting around for office hours, no nervously raising your hand in a crowded lecture hall, and zero confusion. And listen, your AI tutor isn't just there to explain things. It also acts as your personal sous chef for productivity. If you throw in a prompt like, create a 7-day study plan for my math exam with 2 hours daily, it instantly hands you a complete, customized, totally stress-free roadmap. You can use AI to organize your tasks, plan out your revision time, and track your goals. Having a machine handle all those logistics, it saves an immense amount of mental effort, which leaves your brain fresh for, the actual learning.
Okay, part 4. Building better digital flashcards. This is all about packaging the leftovers for fresh recall.
I actually like to call this Tupperware studying. You've cooked the meal, and now you need to package your summarized knowledge into tightly sealed containers so it stays incredibly fresh for whenever exam day finally arrives. So, here are some specific actionable tips directly from our source material for packing up those leftovers. First off, automate the flashcard process. So many students waste ridiculous amounts of time manually rewriting their notes over and over again. Please, avoid that completely. You can just ask your AI to generate practice questions and memory tricks instantly from your summaries. Then, utilize tools like Quizlet and Notion AI. Think of these platforms like automated vacuum sealers. You just paste your AI-generated questions in, and they instantly build interactive decks for you. You can even design visually engaging materials with Canvas study templates so you never get bored while revising. It completely eliminates the tedious, repetitive rewriting of the past.
Part 5. The 5-step student workflow. The master recipe for saving hours. So the crucial point is, this is the centerpiece of our explainer today. This is where we bring all that chopping, the prep work, and the cooking together into one practical daily master recipe. Imagine you're studying, say, the cardiovascular system. Step 1, upload your biology textbook chapter directly to the AI. Step 2, ask it to generate a bite-sized summary of exactly how the heart pumps blood. Step 3, use that summary to auto-generate digital flashcards on the specific chambers of the heart. Step 4, if you hit a roadblock and just don't understand blood pressure, pause and ask the AI to explain it to you like a 15-year-old. And finally, Step 5. Right before the big test, have the AI generate a custom practice quiz on the entire cardiovascular system to test your knowledge. It is a brilliant, closed-loop system of total efficiency.
I really want to cement the massive benefit of this workflow for you. 2.5. That is the number of hours you could realistically be saving per single study session. Think back to our initial hook, turning 3 hours into 30 minutes. That entire 5-step process we just walked through drastically reduces the friction of learning. Studying becomes profoundly less stressful when you aren't wasting hours just fighting with the material.
Finally, part 6, the ultimate AI study rule. Let's do the final taste test.
All right, this is the essential disclaimer to make absolutely sure your meal turns out right. Because look, while AI is an incredible kitchen gadget, it is here to enhance the flavor of your learning, not to do the actual eating for you. AI should help you learn, not replace learning. This is absolutely fundamental. If you just copy and paste AI summaries without actually reading them or testing yourself, you're going to fail your exam. The smartest students use AI to understand concepts faster, to cut out the busy work, and to study smarter, not to avoid putting in the actual work of comprehending the material. You still have to chew the food, right?
So I want to leave you with this provocative question. AI can definitively save you hours, but will you use it to learn faster and master your subjects, or will you just use it to try and avoid studying entirely? The choice of how you wield these tools is completely yours. I challenge you. Try just one AI study tool from this workflow today. Summarize a chapter, or have it explain a really tough concept you've been struggling with. Because honestly, once you taste that level of efficiency, you will never look at studying the exact same way again. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy studying.